that will save these young lives or spare them from crippling accidents is worthwhile. Such a safeguard is the school patrol. Their big function is to teach caution at crossings. But after all, we are dealing with children. And remember that every child is the makings of an emergency. So we have just an ordinary day, ordinary traffic, yet any number of these drivers are potential killers. Here's one of them. He doesn't look like a killer, does he? He isn't driving recklessly. No, he's just an ordinary driver driving with ordinary care on ordinary tires. When suddenly, ahead of him...
Get out of there! That's my dog!
There's a child killed or injured every 3 minutes. More than 400 a day. 1 out of every 3 school-age children who die in traffic accidents. That is why ordinary tires are not enough. Not long ago, we came through a shattering world war, and yet, dreadful as that was, in peaceful America, we kill or injure nearly as many every year on the highway as the total number of Americans killed in both world wars. And what causes 9 out of 10 automobile accidents? Skidding. Not being able to stop the car in time. Skid causes fatal accident. Maybe the skid is forward. Maybe it's to one side. Good brakes are not enough. 2 women injured as car skids on bridge. Your brakes stop the wheels, but your tires stop your car. And when your tires won't stop, skid proves fatal as 2 men die. 5 drown as skid throws car into canal. It's no wonder we read things like this every day. Because every time you go out on tires that are liable to skid, you are within an arm's reach of disaster. If one of those cars skids, it's less than an arm's length from a crash. That is why you should be sure your tires will grip the road, not only when the going is dry and firm, but when it is wet and slippery.
Don't trust your luck. Insist on tires you can trust. Everybody knows a smooth tire will skid, but they don't make smooth tires anymore. All tires have non-skid designs, one kind or another. But some non-skids are better than others.
You're right. This is the tire, the new General Super Squeegee, the only tire made with Jet CM rubber. With the famous squeegee tread, a squeegee is the instantaneous, effective way to clean and dry a wet, slick surface. So the General Squeegee tire wipes a clean, dry track and, mark this, stops quicker than tires with any other tread. To see the difference, here is an ordinary tire with a conventional non-skid tread. Now, when is it you need a non-skid most? It's when you apply the brake, of course. Okay, let's apply the brake to this ordinary tire and see what happens. Uh-oh, now that so-called non-skid has been squeezed together till it's practically as smooth as old-time smooth tires. Now let's apply the brake on this General Super Squeegee. See that? It's the wrinkle action that wipes a clean, dry track for a quick, straight stop. But you want to know how these tires compare in actual service. That's what we're about to show you. We'll skip the slower speed stops and get right down to the tough ones. On a wet and slippery street at 60 miles an hour. Here comes the first car on ordinary tires. The officer drops his arm, the driver jams on the brake, the tires close to a smooth tread. You know that helpless, hopeless feeling as your car starts to slide under you. Fortunately, there was nothing in its way, because at 60 miles an hour, if your car hit something like a bridge abutment or an oncoming car going at the same speed, the impact is the same as though you drove your car off a 10-story building. Now the second car, same model, same speed, same wet and slippery street, but this time on General Super Squeegees. And this time there's something in front of it. 60 miles an hour. Slam on the brake. The General Super Squeegees go into action. And well before you reach the other car, your tires have brought you to a safe, easy, straight line stop. Let's take the last part of that again. I want to be sure you see the way the squeegee tread wipes the water out of the way and gives the flexible rubber ribs a chance to grab and grip the road. General Super Squeegees give you action traction, where ordinary tires give you uncertainty. This power to stop, it's great for the peace of mind. You may go a long time and not need it. And then, without warning, the simplest act may suddenly spell accident. Parked cars sometimes don't stay parked. That wouldn't have happened on Generals. There's a stop sign the other side of that underpass, but... wow, only a scraped bumper that time. Generals would have been safer. When it rains, ordinary tires double your hazard. But on General Super Squeegees, you can stop in time and in a straight line. There are other important things in addition to stoppability you get when you put on a set of General Super Squeegees. Very tangible things. You get enough more rayon cords per square inch in a General to equal 2 extra plies. Extra plies. That's tangible protection. Ordinary tires are built with a safety factor of 7 or less. General Super Squeegees are built with a safety factor of 12.8. That's tangible. 82% greater safety factor. That means 82% greater protection. Nearly twice as strong as ordinary tires. Against the jars and bumps you're bound to hit, like curbs, bad chuck holes. There's one. If you don't think a chuck hole gives a tire punishment, we'll take that again in slow motion. We see the way the tire is compressed by the edge of the hole. That's what causes blowouts in ordinary tires. It isn't the bump that upsets the car, it's the blowout. Generals protect you from blowouts. What's more, you get a cushioned ride, and that's tangible too. You're getting the same as an extra shock absorber on each wheel. And here is yet another very tangible extra. Ordinary low-pressure tires are sometimes hard to park. But when you switch to the new Generals, you'll find they're easy to steer and easy to park. And last but not least, those squeegee ribs are extra deep. That means more miles of non-skid safety. All these are tangibles, like the startling new Jet CM rubber, the greatest single new discovery since the development of pneumatic tires. This amazing new kind of rubber resists cracking, bruising, and cutting. It's a terrific new kind of rubber that delivers amazing mileage under the toughest tests ever devised to torture tires. So you do get more miles, many more miles, with Super Squeegees. And every mile you get greater safety. Remember, ordinary care is not enough. Ordinary tires are not enough. That's the real extra you get. Safe human mileage. Human mileage. The greatest value that can be built into a tire. Extra quality that makes the tire last longer. And extra safety that makes you last longer, too.